Hello, this is Damian Leitch from Parallel North and Lake Charlevoix News, doing a sit down with Scott Mackenzie. We're just bringing you up to speed on the latest events through the Charlevoix Area Humane Society. Scott, thank you for coming on. Always appreciate it. Yeah. It's a highlight reel every time.
Glad to be here.
Well, what's the latest and what's next on the hit parade?
Holy smokes, there's lots going on. Well, if folks are catching this today on Friday, what is today, the 17th?
Yeah.
We've got swing dancing tonight at the Wolverine Dilworth Hotel.
How's that going? I stopped down and seen it. Awesome in there.
We did it on the 3rd. The Dilworth, they haven't started renovations yet, but they're allowing us to use the front lobby. We've got the Pine River Jazz Band where polish up your dance shoes, come on down, and it's a little fundraiser. Make a donation to the Humane Society and come and have fun with us.
Okay, and that's a $10 donation?
Suggested.
Suggested $10.
You can get by with a couple of bucks, or you can do more if you like. That's suggested.
Yeah, the upswing is always positive. Up the swing dance. So the band that's doing in there, that's the Pine?
The Pine River Jazz Band. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They love to play. They got all the great classic swing tunes.
Seen a lot of smiles when I went down there. It was pretty cool.
But other than that, we've got our second annual Wolfstock. Okay. It's a pet music festival. It's going to be August 1st this year. It was a great success last year. Folks said do it again. I think we're probably going to blow it out of the water this year. It's at Mackinac Winery, August 1st, noon to 7:30 p.m. This year we've got 15 different bands. 15 bands, 3 stages. There's going to be pet agility demonstrations, a dog pulling competition. There will be, actually at 3 o'clock is the annual Doxy Derby.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, the wiener dog races, and it's hilarious because, you know, normally when they race these dogs, the dachshunds, they run them in a straight line. We've actually set up a ring like it's like the Kentucky Derby. So, and people are going to be wearing the fun party hats, we'll have mint juleps and all.
So it's Dachshund Derby.
Yeah. Place your bets and all, and they got to run in an oval track, which is hilarious because the dogs just aren't used to doing it. It's
probably seeing them turn the corners, kind of like, you know, like a drunk jackknife, a little bit.
Well, what's different is because we usually do an event called Pooch Fest, and we've been doing that for 13, 14, 15 years in Veterans Park in Boyne City. This year we've combined Pooch Fest with Wolfstock. So for the first 3 hours, from noon to 3, will be all the traditional things that you love to do at Pooch Fest. Everything from, you know, the dog games and activities, the parade of Paws. For the folks that want to get sponsorships, they'll walk around the grounds at Mackinac Winery. And then we do the famous Frisbee toss. There's a couple real serious competitor dogs that come back to participate in that every year. We do the hand-me-down hound, the most obedient dog, the least obedient dog contest.
The least obedient.
So it's just a lot of fun. And so you can bring your pet-friendly dog to this event.
Pet-friendly.
We probably had 300 dogs last year at it. So I think we had a lot more.
It's amazing, you know, what the pets do. You know, like you put up a pet post, people love it, pictures, they like it. People like to do stuff with their dogs.
There really aren't a lot of things that you can do with your dog.
Well,
you walk your dog and that's it, but an activity where you can bring your dog to socialize with other dogs, have fun with other dog lovers. That's cool. This is a great event. And plus there's all this great entertainment. I think you got the list of bands.
I do have the list here. I wanted to ask you, what band are you looking for the most?
Oh gosh,
15 bands is quite a lineup.
I think what's really neat is, and we did this on purpose. We've got genres for just about everybody. We've got a bluegrass mountain band that's going to be there.
What's the name of that band?
That's the Southern Accents.
They got Southern Accents.
Yeah, okay. Southern Accents.
And I see you slipped the Jelly Rolls in.
Jelly Rolls is joining us the first time this year. That's going to be a blast. There's going to be about 4 to 5:30 somewhere in there. But we've got everything from a string quartet from the Great Lakes Chamber Orchestra. David Sisko is going to be there. We've got Kirby, Dr. Goodhart's Code Blue Review. You've got
Charlie Woodhoff. He's awesome too.
He's coming with his daughters. His daughter's been priming them, and
that's
Charlie Woodhoff and company. That'll be really neat.
A lot of passion there. I like that.
He's a great guy.
And you got basically, what did it say here?
Stand-ins.
That's what I was going to say.
Kind of a rock band.
Yep, I've seen those guys before, and they're pretty good too. So it sounds like you said everybody should have a little something. Yeah. And if you're not interested in something, hang around and check it out. It's always entertainment. You never know what you're going to find with music. It's always fun.
There's going to be, push your horizons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got people that are performing, you got art, Hopefully the weather's really nice. You got Winery. Is there any breweries going to be there?
Well, no, actually, Mackinac Trail Winery now has a microbrewery. And they've got some great beers. Matter of fact, Wolfstock last year was the grand opening of their microbrew.
Okay.
So they'll have 4 or 5 beers on tap. They'll have a wonderful selection of Michigan wines. And they're so generous to us. They give us the entire grounds for that day. So it's only $10 to get in.
Yeah, I mean if you divide that down, you're talking like a what? 10 cents?
Yeah, 75 cents an hour.
Awesome. I see they got the pavilion.
Oh, and not only that, for the $10 you get 3 free wine tastings.
Oh,
Wine or
holy
beer
smokes.
tastings.
So there you have it. I mean, you get cheap entertainment,
Yeah.
great date. It looks like it's a no-brainer where you're going to be on the weekend there. Hey, let me ask you this: they got a pavilion up there that I see they put a new.
They just built a brand new, beautiful pavilion. They built it for it's a great wedding venue and place. They're already booked up, and we got so lucky to get in there because they're already booked up for the entire summer.
Well, hopefully, you guys are a consistent state.
I hope so. I hope so too. But, God bless them because they don't charge us at all for this.
Well, and that's a way to give back, and we want to make sure that we do recognize that they are going out of their way to host a good cause.
And last year we made, it's not a lot, but when the overall budget that he made said, we made about $7,500. So for a first,
is that good?
That's for a first time event. That's great.
Okay,
that's great. My goal for this event, and you got some visions of maybe 2 or 3 day event in the future, maybe a little grand day I was thinking, but it is hopefully that this event will raise $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Because it's critically important for the work we do. We're an independent 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Right.
We rely totally upon charitable giving, grants, and fundraiser events. And if we can help if this event can really become a main staple and revenue generator for us, to take some of that pressure off of having to go out and begging for money.
Right. And I know we mention it every time, but I think it's worth mentioning again. You are not a part of the Charlevoix County,
Absolutely.
Budget, funding, all that stuff.
And we get no money from the county. And matter of fact, we are in a county building right now. So we do get some financial benefit from that because we don't have to pay rent.
Well, sure, but at the end of the day, the money comes from guys like you, your creativeness, your brain, and the contributors of the people around the community that want to kick back and help out the pets. And I see you always getting some dog food from some people around there. You want to give them a little love to tell you.
We are very fortunate. Grewlers is a big supporter of dog food and cat litter. So is Tractor Supply up in northern Petoskey. The local co-op is a really big supporter. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll have dog or cat food that is getting close to the expiration date, so they donate that to us.
And that's cool.
Which is great because it's usually good for at least another year after expiration.
Well, and plus with the volume that you have, I'd imagine it doesn't last long anyway.
No, so we go through a lot of it. And what we don't go through, we actually turn around and support the local food pantries with some. If we have some excess, we supply.
So there's some pets at home getting some fun too.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like I said, man, that's always educational with you on here. So now that we got the Wolfstock taken down, we're really looking forward to everybody showing up. At the very least, support it.
August 1st, be there, be square, man.
Tell us about the dining for Paws and all that stuff you got going down.
I'm excited about that too because that's our next big one. We with the dining for Paws, and we won an award for this.
An award?
We won an award. Last year, I went to. Actually, it was the year before, but it still feels grand.
I love it. Well, we have to get that posted.
Yeah. This is the 3rd year we're doing Dining for Paws. And the first year we won an award from the Petco Foundation for great ideas. And I wish I could take credit because I actually stole this idea from somebody else, but kind of made it fit the Humane Society perspective. People host dinner parties all over the place, all over Northwest Lower Michigan. You can host one wherever you are, if you're not in Northwest Lower. You host a dinner party. It can be casual. It can be a potluck. It can be fancy catered. I mean, one guy does a beautiful fancy catered party. Actually, he cooks himself. Last year he did bacon wrapped filet mignons and lobster tails. And then we had folks who did a chili cook-off and potluck. So the whole ball of wax, anything in between. The host hits up the guest for a donation.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how much it is. It could be $5, it could be $500, whatever you're comfortable with.
So you host a party,
Yep.
you supply the munchies or the food or the entree if you will.
Or you host a party and have them bring the food.
I like that style too. And then you kick a little donation in. for
Everybody
people who
puts in
show
a
up.
little donation, and whatever you're comfortable with, the host or hostess takes that, because after all of the dinner parties, at the same time, they all converge together at the Shamian Barn at the Charlevoix Country Club,
Okay.
where we had 12 restaurants do gourmet desserts.
Nice.
There's a cash bar there. We have a live band. You turn in your envelopes. We tally up like the Jerry Lewis telethon, and then we celebrate the results, dancing the night.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. And that gives everybody a chance to gel with each other and to talk.
And that's what I really like about it too, is because I'm an auctioneer and I do a lot of charity events, and it's usually $100 a plate or $50 a plate.
Yeah, right.
And the only reason I can go to those is because I'm working.
Right,
So
I understand
I can't
completely
afford
on
to
that.
do that. But a $5 donor can be hobnobbing with a $1,000
Well,
donor. You're all there for the same cause.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing
Yeah.
is that it's the cause, not the finance,
Right.
and then hopefully the side effect kicks
Well, and
back.
for me, it works great because $110 donators, that's actually more sweat equity and power and compassion than $1,000.
Well, sure,
Don't
because-
get me wrong. We appreciate.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, the calculator doesn't care where it comes from,
Yeah.
but people, feet to concrete, word of mouth,
Yeah.
the more the merrier, if you
Yeah.
will. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in that, get a hold of Scott. He's got email. There's no way that you can't not get a hold of him.
It's like Sal Fair. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He'll be down at the swing dance tonight too.
Yeah,
if you want to
come on down and see us there. Yeah.
So
And then the other one, something brand new we're trying, and if you haven't noticed, we've got to be as creative as we can to find ways to raise money to meet our mission. We're doing a raffle, and it's pretty darn cool. We're selling 1,000 tickets. The winning ticket gets round-trip airfare for two to San Francisco, 4-night stay at a Hyatt or Marriott type lodging in downtown San Francisco, ground transportation to all the pregame festivities, and two tickets to the 2016 Super Bowl.
boy, I think they might need some media coverage.
Yeah.
And that sounds awesome. How many tickets have you sold?
Well, right now we've sold a little over 100 tickets. Our goal is to have them all sold maybe by mid-September, because we're going to do the drawing October 3rd so people can make their plans. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, yeah, football season's right around the corner.
Yeah,
That's
it's
got to be
coming
getting
up.
people jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, August will be here. Not that
Yeah.
I want to wish summer away, but.
no, so, and heck, even if you didn't want to go to the game itself, if you weren't, I mean, round-trip airfare and lodging and transportation to San Francisco to spend a wonderful time, and you can scalp the tickets at the game.
Yeah, I mean,
You actually make some money.
yeah, we'll let those people worry about that. I recommend going to the game and having some fun. Who are they playing? I mean, what's
It'll be the Lions this year.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
How about that? You get to see Detroit. We're going to win that game too.
Yeah.
At least I hope we do.
Well, so there's a number of events that we're doing, and we really appreciate the help that you're giving to get the word out. The critical work that we do, and even if you can't financially donate, there are volunteer opportunities. You can come walk the dogs, socialize with the cats, because a lot of these animals have been through very stressful situations and are real people shy. Some of them can be, and so when you interact with them, get them a chance to get comfortable, that makes them that much more adoptable when the time comes.
Speaking of that, I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but I'm good for that. Hey, what about this foster program? Have you done the fostering program
How
yet?
did you know about
Well, I might be interested in having a little rascal around for a day or two. I miss my pet.
Yeah, we're presenting the foster program to the board of directors. We have an all-volunteer board of directors, and our next meeting is Tuesday. We're going to present the policies and procedures and get that included. And we currently have some folks that are doing fostering for the Charlotte Area Humane Society, but we don't have a really good policy set up. So
I would say that's probably you want to iron that out, because people got to realize that you're fostering the pet. The animal shelter will be trying to get that pet adopted, so you can get a phone call in the afternoon and say, "Hey, we got your pet." Which is a good thing, but so getting attached to it is.
Well, we do have. It's kind of funny you say that, because we have a number of folks that do foster, and we have one that Artemis that went out into a foster family, and what turns out we end up calling them foster failures.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because they become permanent fixtures in their home, and they end up adopting, which is okay, which is great. But right now we're we're up to our whiskers and kittens.
Nice.
Kittens and cats right now.
Well,
And we have another lot. I don't know how much time we've got for this, but I think this is really important. We are a no-kill facility, so and a lot of people don't understand that to adoptable animals. So when we get full and people call us up saying, "Hey, I've got my cat just had kittens. I don't know what to do with them," or we have stray cats or stray dogs, or I need to surrender my dog because I can't take care, and we don't have room. There's nothing we can do about it.
right.
We can't, and people get mad at us sometimes. They say, okay, well, which animal do you want us to put down so we can make room for yours? They go, oh, I guess I get it now. So that's where we need foster families.
Right.
So if we can kind of bump that, maybe we can take some that have been in the kennel too long, can go into a foster family and start getting more of a
That's
home
probably not a bad
Then we can move
idea.
the next one up.
Is to have a window of if you're outside that window, you're fosterable. If you're not, you hang out.
So the fostering is critically important, and we really want to get more into that, especially because right now our surrender list, which is folks waiting to put animals in, is getting to be about a mile long.
And let's just make that clear. It's not in vogue to be dropping the pets off. Pets are a commitment. It's not a washout.
Well, that's why
let's just drop them off at the shelter.
But I really understand now the importance of spaying and neutering your animals. Because holy smokes, it's
if you're not breeding them, it's probably in their best interest anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's healthy.
it's a whole other topic for us here at the
That'll be the next
sit down.
episode.
But Scott, I just don't we really appreciate everybody tuning in. Is there anything you want to say in closing for what's going down?
Oh gosh, just all the cool things that are happening at the shelter, and we appreciate everybody's support in any way you can.
Follow Scott on Facebook, the Charlevoix Area Humane Society. They're on Twitter, Wolfstock. They're always up to date, always current with information. And
Except for when we're not.
And when we're not, hey, stay tuned for the next time.
Oh, and the other thing, that newsletter. Folks should have gotten a newsletter, and if you're in Charlevoix County and went up to 14,000 mailboxes, please excuse the typos.
I didn't. But I did.
Actually, pick it up and look at it, because there's a hilarious typo in there. It's absolutely hilarious.
So stay tuned for the typos. We do appreciate you always tuning in, and any suggestions, feel free to contact us. I'm Damian Lesh, Parallel North, Lake Charlevoix News. Scott, thank you.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.